Everyone warns you about obvious predators. Nobody warns you about the real danger, the people who destroy you with a smile. Jung discovered something most psychologists won't admit. Certain personality types are psychologically programmed for betrayal, not because they're evil, because their unconscious runs a different operating system than yours. And unless you can spot them, you're just another bug in their code. The first type, the eternal victim. You know them. Every story ends with them getting screwed over. Every relationship, every job, every friendship, they were always the innocent one. Jung watched these patterns in his patients for years. One woman came to him with tales of 7 different men who'd all inexplicably turned cruel. 7. At what point do you realize you're not unlucky? You're the common denominator. Here's what's actually happening. The eternal victim feeds on your compassion like a vampire feeds on blood. They've discovered that helplessness is power. While you're busy trying to save them, they're documenting every time you fail, building their next sob story with you as the villain. The second type will kill you slower. The spiritual narcissists, they've read all the books, done all the retreats. They quote Rumi at parties and namaste their way through life. But watch what happens when you challenge their enlightenment. I mean, really watch. Their face changes. Just for a second, like something ancient and hungry just looked at you through their eyes. Jung called this inflation, when someone identifies so completely with an archetype that they lose their humanity. They're not seeking truth, they're cosplaying divinity. And gods, as mythology tells us, have a nasty habit of destroying mortals who don't worship properly. Number 3, the chaos addict. This person's always in crisis, but pay attention, they're never actually destroyed by it. Their house burns down, they're somehow fine. Their business collapses, they bounce back immediately. Meanwhile, everyone around them is in ruins. You ever wonder why? Because chaos is their natural habitat. Like those fish that live in boiling water at the bottom of the ocean. They've adapted to disaster. You haven't. So when they invite drama into their life, and they always do, you're the one who drowns. The 4th type looks harmless. The emotional archaeologist. They want to know everything about your past, your traumas, your fears, your secrets. They're so understanding, so compassionate. Tell me about your childhood, they say. I'm here to listen. But they're not therapists. They're weapons collectors. Every vulnerability you share gets filed away, cataloged, until the day they need leverage. Then suddenly, in the middle of an argument about something completely unrelated, they're quoting your deepest pain back at you. Verbatim, with surgical precision, Jung understood something about the unconscious. It never forgets. And some people have trained theirs to be a perfect recording device for human weakness. The 5th type might be in your mirror, the projection artist. Everything they hate in others is something they refuse to see in themselves. They rage against liars while weaving elaborate deceptions. They despise weakness while collapsing at the slightest pressure. They condemn cruelty while sharpening their knives. You can't win with them because you're not even fighting them. You're fighting their shadow, the parts of themselves they've completely disowned. And shadows, as Jung knew, grow stronger the more you deny them. When someone spends that much energy pointing fingers, ask yourself, what are they trying not to see? Number 6 is the most seductive, the false twin. They mirror you perfectly. Love what you love. Hate what you hate. Finish your sentences. Share your dreams. It feels like destiny. Like you've finally found your other half. You haven't. You found a psychological chameleon. They don't have a self. They have a strategy. Watch what happens when you change your mind about something. They change too. Instantly. No internal conflict. No struggle. Because there's nobody home. Just an algorithm designed to make you feel understood. Jung saw this in transference. Patients who became whatever they thought he wanted them to be. But at least that was in therapy. In real life, these people will hollow you out from the inside. Because how can you know yourself when your reflection keeps lying? The seventh and deadliest, the unconscious killer. They're not malicious. That's what makes them so dangerous. They genuinely believe they're helping while they systematically dismantle your life. Like a surgeon operating with good intentions but no medical training. They give advice that sounds reasonable but leads to disaster. They offer support that somehow leaves you weaker. They solve problems by creating bigger ones, and they never, ever see the pattern. Their unconscious has one prime directive: destroy what they cannot understand, and they understand very little. Here's what Jung knew that most people don't. The unconscious isn't just some basement where we stuff unwanted thoughts. It's an active force, a living system with its own agenda. And in some people, that agenda is annihilation. Not because they choose it, because they can't see it. You want to know the real horror? You've probably been one of these 7 types yourself, at some point, to someone. We all have. Because we all have shadows. We all have unconscious patterns that hurt others. The only difference between us and them is self-awareness. So before you start hunting for these 7 types in your social circle, ask yourself, which one am I? Which operating system does my unconscious run? Because the deadliest person in your life might be the one you shave with every morning. Jung said individuation, becoming whole, means integrating your shadow. Facing the parts of yourself you'd rather deny. Most people would rather point at others. It's easier, safer, and ultimately useless. The person you really can't trust, the one who thinks they've got it all figured out, who sees everyone else's shadows but swears they don't have one. That person is building a bomb in their basement and calling it enlightenment. Trust isn't about finding perfect people. It's about finding people who know they're imperfect, who wrestle with their shadows instead of projecting them, who can say, I might be wrong and mean it. Everyone else? They're just unconscious code executing its program. And you're either a user or a variable. Choose wisely.